Hey, Stampin' friends. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Jody Brechbill, Stampin' Queen, coming at you live from my studio here in Pennsylvania. If you guys are on, come on in. Say hello. Let me know that you're here. Tell me where you're joining from. I'm thrilled to be here with you guys today. It is a gorgeous day here in Pennsylvania. Hopefully it is gorgeous where you guys are too. So there's some friends coming on. Hi, Tina. Hey, Lori. We have lots to do today because this is my free online class. I do this every single month. I do monthly make and takes. I host them in my studio. So yesterday was our class, and then I bring them online for all of my virtual friends. So we're going to work with Lasting Joy today. This is one that I did not give a lot of playtime to when it first came out. I love the paper. Absolutely. This paper is stunningly gorgeous, but this is an annual catalog item. And so when I do these classes, I try to do them so that they're not seasonal because I am doing other classes for Christmas with a Christmas Stamp-A-Stack, which will be coming up next week. So I thought, well, we still need, even though the holidays are coming, we still need birthdays and thinking of you and all that good stuff. So, hey, Mary, thanks for joining me. If you guys are catching the replay, that's okay. Just click replay so that I can stop back and say hello to you guys. So this particular bundle that we're going to be working with can be found on page 62 and 63 of the annual catalog. So it does come with this big giant stamp. We're not using that one today, but we are going to use a coordinating set. And then there is that gorgeous countryside what's it called? Countryside Inn designer series paper. And there's a set of dies down here. We are going to utilize those dies. And then we're going to use the stamp set called Lasting Joy found on page 64. But while we have some friends joining us, do you guys know about these special papers? I wanted to share these with you. I've been waiting on edge for these papers to arrive, and our shipping is just a little bit slower than normal. But while we're just waiting for friends to come on, I'm going to share. This is a special offering that we have now. These are available online. You can view them online. There's no flyer. There's no catalog for them. But last year we did two celebration events, one in January and February and one in August and September. Didn't really go over very well. And so we decided to go back to the one celebration a year, but we had already had some papers in plan. So instead of waiting, we're offering them now. I guess I should say, instead of waiting to put them into the online exclusives in November, we're actually doing them now. So I wanted to share them with you because you can get these and they are while supplies last. And hey, Susie and Colleen, if you guys are glimmer paper people, raise your hand if you're a glimmer paper person. We have gold and silver glimmer, and is it not just gorgeous? The very cool thing about this is it has an adhesive back. So when you do your die cutting, very easily you'll be able to peel off the back and it will be sticky. That is a game changer, my Stampin' friends. So we do have a gold and silver glimmer pack. We also have, I don't know the names of these yet, so let me see what this one's name is. Shining Christmas. Can you guys see that it's got some foil to it? So one side has some shimmer and shine with foil, and then the other side is going to be a matte finish and a little bit more generic. So we've got definitely Christmas with some of the greens and the reds. I'm going to say cherry cobbler and mossy meadow. I didn't double check, but that's what I'm feeling with this particular color pattern. So we've got some good stripes. Can you see the foil shimmering in there? So fun. And of course, then we've got our Christmas lights. This is my favorite, the Argyle. Yeah, so that one's nice and shiny. And this one's upside down. So we've got some Christmas ornaments here. The holly. And then this one kind of looks a little like snowflakes or polka dots. And then some candy canes and some like stitching almost, the checks. So I wanted to share these with you guys today. There's a couple more. Do you guys want to see them all, or do you want to get on to stamping? I have all the packs here. If you want to see all of them, let me know what you guys are thinking. If you want to go stamp, or if we want to see the rest of the papers. All right, so I'm going to guess some of you guys want to see the papers. So we're going to continue on with this one. This one's name is Traditions of Saint Nick. So this one's kind of a little bit vintagey. So it's got that good vintage Santa Claus there. And then almost brocade, is that maybe what we would call that? Brocade look on the opposite side. So you could use this for others. This doesn't have to be Christmas. It's Christmassy colors, but not necessarily Christmas patterns on that opposite side. It reminds me of old school wallpaper, actually. It kind of would be cool if it was velvety, but it is not. It's just regular DSP. Yep, old wallpaper, Lori. You got that right. This one is a bunch of old-time mailboxes, which is super fun. This one I think would be gorgeous for fall. Cozy fireplace with the Christmas trees. Got some vintage holly. This one I like too. And then we got Christmas socks and another green there. So that one is Traditions of Saint Nick. There's actually a stamp set in the mini catalog that does coordinate with this one. So there are two other ones. So let's go ahead and get stamping, and maybe we'll take a break in the middle and we'll look at the two other ones. What do you think? Let's get set up here. I just taught this class last night, so I got to find all my pieces and parts so that I am ready for you guys. Because this is what my bin looks like. I've got lots of things because this one is 50 Shades of Blue. We're going to use all these blues, and then we're going to throw in the crumb cake as well. So we have got the ink colors we're using for this one will be Misty Moonlight, Boho Blue, Night of Navy, and good old crumb cake. All right, so we're going to start off with our first project here. And as I said, I taught this class in person, and then I bring it online to you guys. This is actually a free class that I offer. So if you have a $35 purchase, you can get this class for absolutely free. And I even include the mailing. So I cover the shipping to get it to you. So you can hop over to my online store. This offer is valid now through September 24th. That is Sunday, right? So I'm going to put up my shopping link right there. You do need to make sure you use the shopping link, and you can get this class delivered to you for totally free. I have everything cut, prepped, and ready for you. So the only thing you would need to do is emboss your pieces of paper. There's a couple embossing, and you can use any embossing folder of your choice. I used the one that coordinates with the suite, which is called Countryside Blossoms. It's kind of hard to see that, but it matches this paper completely. So it looks like some really cool emboss there. So we're going to take this piece, and I embossed it ahead of time. We're going to add it to a layer or a piece of Misty Moonlight that I die cut ahead of time as well. So I try to do as much die cutting ahead as I can. Die cutting and embossing. So we get that done there, and we're going to attach this. Where's my sample, I wonder? Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. So we're going to attach that to our designer series paper, and we're going to have it just go a little bit off. So we're going to cut off the excess. So we're going to go ahead and attach this down. I'm not using dimensionals. I want it to be flat on my piece of DSP, so I can get it lined up where it looks good. And then I'll just flip it over, and with scissors, very easily with scissors, I can just trim this down. Now, of course, our DSP is double-sided, so if you want to do a different pattern, you absolutely could. Dealer's choice when it comes to which pattern of paper you want to use. So we're going to add this to our card base here, which is just basic white. I'm going to give some extra adhesive on there because I don't want it to come off. There we are. We've got a punch out from the bow punch, so I'm going to add that. And I thought the easiest thing to do with this one is just a couple little mini snot dots, you know. Just put those right on the flower or the leaf, and that'll help them stick really well. So we'll have this guy just hanging out right there. We have a label that was cut ahead of time, and then I've got some scrap paper to do our stamping. So I'm going to start off with the boho blue, and we're going to stamp one of our flowers. That's the bigger flower in this stamp set. So we've got a boho blue flower, and then we're going to do a teeny tiny misty moonlight flower. Now, if you have this particular stamp set, you can do one of two things. You can stamp this flower, cut it out, and layer it on top of this flower, which is what I did. It's a little bit fussy because it's itty bitty. Or you could stamp directly into the center if you choose, which I'm going to do that just for the sake of time today. I'm going to stamp that little flower automatically just right in the center there. So you can do either way. Depends really on how much you enjoy the fussy cutting. While we have this open, let's grab our thinking of you and stamp our sentiment. And then we can do some assembly. So, scissors here. These drive me crazy, so I am taking them off. It's a cute idea to know whose scissors are whose, to have a nice little charm on them, but it gets in my way. All right, so let's do a little fussy cutting here. There is no die for this one. The only dies that coordinate with this are those labels that I shared with you, and we will actually be using them here on a couple of the other projects. So as I mentioned, this is a totally free class. You guys are hanging out in my virtual class right now, so you are welcome to copy and make these cards yourself. If you have a $35 purchase, you are going to get the class for absolutely free, and I also include the tutorial. Envelopes are included as well. I have the ribbon ready for you, and the DSP, everything's cut and die cut and ready for you. Just do a little embossing, and you will be good to go with some of these gorgeous cards. If your order bumps to $50, I am actually going to include the gems that I'm using today. So you can get those for absolutely free. And I will also, where's my card base? There we are. I will also include the shipping. So I actually cover the shipping to get these packages to you guys. So if you have any questions about that, just comment below, and I can try and answer many questions you may have. So there is our, whoops, I forgot a pop dot wrapper. There's our pretty flower right there. Then I'm going to get some more dimensionals and raise up that thinking of you. Okay, hold on 1 second. I will be right back. I have someone at my door. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, so sorry. Had someone at my door. I needed to take care of something. All right, back on track, friends, back on track. So we're going to add a little bit of bling here, and we're going to use the iridescent. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough to get through this class. I might have to put bling on a little bit later. So iridescent pearls is what I'm using. They just have a nice little shimmer and shine to them. So put one in the center there. There we go. So there is card number 1. We've got 4 cards in this class. So there we are. Card number 1. Get out card number 2 here. Okay, here's what we're creating for this one. And we've got a Misty Moonlight base. I may have to do something here to make myself a little bit more space. I have something I needed to share with you guys. And it's all piled up here on the side, but it's given me not enough room. So we may have to stop for a minute and do a little special prize giveaway. Let's add this piece of designer series paper here. It's hard to cover up those buns because they're so super cute, but they kind of were a little bit too busy for this particular card. So we're going to go with the stripes instead. Okay, this was the die set that I'm telling you about. It's a bunch of different layers, different various sizes of this one. So this is one of the layers, and there's another one. So I'm going to add a piece of designer paper to this layer. And then we're going to punch 2 holes in the bottom and run some ribbon through that. So I'm just going to kind of carefully do a little hole punch there. If you have the very best trio punch, that's the one I really wanted to use, but I cannot find it anywhere. So I don't know what happened to it. It went missing, but it is nowhere to be found. So I have to wonder, because my stuff goes to various retreats and events and different things. So I wonder if I lost it somewhere along the way. Alrighty, so I'm going to run my thread through here, and it's going to come up this way. And it's going to come through this hole right here. Just be careful I don't pull too tight, because I don't want to rip my hole that I just made. Okay, so is that making sense? I'm going to show you again. So this is how the ribbon looks. So when you're doing this at home, I threaded it through this one to the back and out the top, and then this one is just going to come up and meet it. So I can kind of shift it a little tiny bit because I want them to be fairly even. There we go. That's a little bit more even. All right, so now what I did to hold that ribbon down, because it does want to kind of pop up a little bit, I just put a bit of adhesive there, and I'm just sticking those 2 ribbons together. You can also put a little bit of adhesive actually on the card base or the base of the label if you need to have it stick a little bit tighter so it's not moving around on you. And then what I like to do is add this with dimensionals. So what I'll do is sometimes come in here and catch the edge. So I've got on the card base and on my ribbon. So that dimensional will kind of hold it down just a little tiny bit. Finish adding my Pop-Tarts on there. And I'm not sparing with my dimensionals. I can know where I can get more. So I like to have lots on there so they don't get too flat looking. Alrighty, so now I can put this on, and I felt like for me, this was easier to actually get this attached onto the card for stability and then tie my linen thread. So I'm going to tie, see where I have some linen thread tied around there. So I felt like it did a little bit better when it was stable and on there. And oh, Brechbill, you're crooked. It's okay, we can fix it. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. All right, come back to you in a minute because I am going to do some stamping. So I have birthday wishes, and we're going to stamp that in the boho blue. You could also throw in balmy blue. That's another ink that is part of this DSP, Balmy Blue is in there too. So we've got birthday wishes here. And then I'm going to pull that crumb cake and our itty bitty flower. So we stamped that in blue. So we got to do a little washy washy. Okay, so we'll stamp a little flower down here. One in this corner. And then I have a circle. Little stitch circle, and that came from the Crafting with You dies. So I've got 2 flowers there. Now look at this teeny tiny, these little leaves. You can leave it like that if you like it, or you can add the leaves to it. So I'm going to add, it's like doing microsurgery, trying to add these bitty leaves in there, but it looks so cute. Would they put the teeny little leaves, so teeny little baby leaves in there? So you got to kind of twist it around and figure out where it fits the best. And I just am kind of eyeballing my little flower there in the center. Okay, so itty bitty flowers and itty bitty leaves on this one. We will add the circle. And then we can do some dimensionals with our sentiment. Okay, now I just did what I was going to tell you to be careful of. Watch where you're putting your dimensionals, because you have a little bit of overhang there. So you don't want to have dimensional where that birthday label is going to overhang. So we just need the dimensionals right in the center of that that circle. Oh my goodness. Words are hard today, you guys. Dimensionals in the middle of the circle. So now we will add our piece of linen thread. This may require a friend, so you may have to go to your person and say, put your finger here, please. I do that a lot to the farmer. His office is right next door to mine, and so I go over and I'm like, I need to borrow your finger to make my pretty bow. So there we are, and then you can just trim up your ends, kind of make them an angle. And I did them at different lengths as well. So add some gems, boom, boom, off you go with card number 2. All right, so let's stop a minute so I can give myself some room. I promised you guys some prize patrol, and I'm running out of space on my tiny Stampin' table. So last week, you guys joined me every day for Halloween week, right? And so I was giving away the prizes each day. So I wanted to announce those. I did message the winners just so they already do know, because I need to get their addresses so I can send them out. But we have the adhesive back sequence. That is Corinne Bouvier, right? Corinne, are you on today? I didn't see your name pop up. So we got adhesive back sequence, go to Corinne. Debbie Essay, I don't know if you're on with us today, but you won the Dots and Spots dies. We had the pebbled enamel shapes. These were so fun. Those go to Tamara Fielding. We have the gingham embossing folder to Brenda Connolly Ulig. I'm not sure, I'm probably butchering your name, but Brenda Connolly Ulig won that embossing folder. And then Lori, I'm pretty sure I saw your name pop through. Lori Hall, you won some glimmer paper. So I did message you guys. Send me your address. Congratulations, everybody. And thanks for joining me every single day. It was a lot of fun. Now, I will get these in the mail to you guys as soon as I have addresses. And then this isn't such a pretty display, but I have a big bag here of all the Halloween projects that we made over the week. So this whole big thing of Halloween projects, she got every single one of them. So the grand prize winner is Judy Bachner. So congratulations, Judy. All of these are coming your way. And then, you guys, I was giving away a paper pumpkin. Corinne, did you hop on in time to see your name drawn? You are a Prize Patrol winner, my friend. Did you guys get this month's paper pumpkin? Oh my gosh, look at the box. It's just stunning. So gorgeous. So this is September's paper pumpkin. I always give one away every single month. So the winner of this paper pumpkin is Pam Baker. So we had Judy Baker and Pam Baker. They are big winners. So I've got this one for you, Pam. So I just wanted to show you guys, when you open up paper pumpkin, if you're not a subscriber yet, I would encourage you to like check it out, because they're getting more and more gorgeous every single month, I think. And I've been a subscriber since day one. So you're always going to get a little stamp set, and you're going to get an ink spot. This one is Lost Lagoon. Of course, they package everything like it's a beautiful little gift. So we have this Mossy Meadow tissue paper. And then inside are the projects. So, whoops, upside down. So there's little boxes, little treat boxes here. And then we have some note cards. So there's 8 treat bags and then 8 little note cards. So what a fun thing to maybe give away to some friends. You know, we're heading into gratitude month, right? November, we start to kind of really think about gratitude. And yeah, so if you guys would like to be entered into winning, I'm going to share something else with you guys. So let me see if I have it here. Okay, this scrolling below is my Facebook group, my private Facebook group. If you're not a member in there, you want to ask to join, hop over in there, because that's where I give away these paper pumpkins every single month. Plus I do maybe little fun Fridays and tips, and we can share ideas in there. So it works a little bit different than a business page. So if you're not in my Facebook group, just hop over there and ask to join, and I will approve you. And every month you will have a chance at winning the paper pumpkin that I give away. All right, so I wanted to share that winner is Pam Baker. Okay, so back on track, we're going to do another project here. This one is a very easy one, just kind of showcasing all this gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Let me get my comments back up so I can see you guys. All right, we've got a piece of basic white again for our card base. And then we're going to use the little fox. So we've got the fox DSP here. We'll attach those two together. This is just a very thin layer. It's like 1/8 of an inch. Sometimes I like to do those tiny little layers. And then sometimes I'm like, why are you trying yourself, girl? All right. I got a piece of the boho ribbon. Now, one thing that I like to do whenever I do my classes is I always give you guys a nice long piece of ribbon. And you're going to take your ribbon and figure out how long you need. So you just need enough to tack around the edge. It is not made to wrap the whole way around and tie it, because you guys, I feel like I can't waste ribbon on the back. Who wants their pretty ribbons on the back, right? So take that little bit. I just need enough to tack that around the edges. And then I have this extra that can be my little bow, or my knot is actually what we're going to do with this one. So we'll add our adhesive back here. Wrap that around. Okay, so see, I just have it tacked behind there. Then to make sure, add a little adhesive just so that ribbon decides not to pop off when you're trying to attach your card. Add this to our card base. Beautiful. I'm in love with these blues. I just think it's so, so fun. I have a stylish shape, and we're going to get our Night of Navy ink and stamp our sentiment on there. Okay, so we've got that, and then we need some little flowers. So I've got some little flowers here. And I do want a piece of scrap paper, which is usually on my desk. Sometimes I go through cleaning and then I just start to throw everything away. I forgot to show you the sample. Here's what we're doing. All right, so a couple little pretty blue flowers right here at the top. And a couple at the bottom. I need one more flower, I feel like, so I'm just gonna put one right here. There we go. This can go on with some dimensionals. And then we'll tie our little ribbon. And that's how easy this one is. So super easy project. There we go. I'm going to scooch it over just a smidge so I can put my knot in there. And I do like a knot. This is very thick ribbon, so I prefer to do a nice tight knot. I feel like maybe it goes through the mail a little bit better. The bow, if you tie a bow with this thick ribbon, it gets just a little bit too thick. So if you're mailing, you got to watch that, because sometimes that can cost you extra postage, right? And we don't like that. So sometimes the knots do just fine. Now, if you're hand delivering, or you can pay the little bit of extra and tell them to hand cancel and not run it through the machine. So let's add some gems here. I'm just going to put them right in the centers of those flowers just for a little pop of color. Well, not really color, but these are kind of shimmery, so that makes it fun. Okay, so there is card number 3. We got one more card, and then we'll see if you guys want to see the rest of these designer papers. I have 2 more packs that were part of that special. All right, crumb cake for our base. I took that white and embossed that ahead of time. Now with this one, this is called the embossed side, so it's raised up and toward me, but you might like this side better, which is debossed, kind of pushed away. So dealer's choice on that one. It just depends on which side you like. Sometimes you want it to look a little bit different. And that is okay. There we are. Now I've got little pieces of cardstock and little pieces of DSP. And I do like to use the green glue for this because it feels like I have a little bit of wiggle room to move these papers around and get them lined up, because these are tiny, like 7/8 is what I cut this one at. So there's one. Here's 2. And then we have a bigger one for in the middle. And this one's a square, so it doesn't really matter. I was thinking if I need to be careful which way the birds go, but it's okay. It's a square, so we're good. We're good. Okie dokie, artichoke. We're ready to move on. Okay, now I am going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to start off with the middle square, and I'm going to put a good bit of adhesive. I'm going the whole way around because the lumpy bumpy of the embossing folder can sometimes make your adhesive not want to stick as well. So I'm making sure I've got a good amount. I'm not going sparingly on that. So we've got, is that crooked? I'm watching or trying to watch through my camera angle, and sometimes that is a little not as easy as one would think. Then we've got a second one, and then the third one. Now, stay tuned because I have a little trick I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull this rabbit out of my hat. Okay, so look at this little guy. Isn't it the cutest little label you ever did see? So I've got the stitch circle, I've got the itty bitty label, and then this is the embroidery hoop from the Crafting with You. So we're going to put those together. That's going to be an element on our card. But first of all, I'm going to attach my ribbon onto my card. So it's just going to be like a little banner. So I'm adding some adhesive there that will kind of hold it together in the middle. And then I'm going to put some adhesive on the back to hold it onto my card. I'm not getting worried if any adhesive is kind of showing, because it's going to get covered up by our embroidery hoop that's going to be in the middle. And so I'm doing it a little bit off to the side, and I can trim off the bottom a little bit later. So that's going to sit there and be stuck down. Now I'm going to take my boho and stamp my always. And that's going to go on that little circle. So there is our always. And while we have it out, let's stamp our little teeny banner. See how good my eyes are today. The hush falls over the crowd. Eek. Not too bad today. Not too bad. All right, so here's my trick for this. Does that need poked out? Yeah. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is take my embroidery hoop and I'm going to flip it over to the back. And then I'm going to take my always. Now I'm kind of keeping an eye on my always to make sure that it is towards the top. But honestly, the embroidery hoop does not need to line up with your sentiment because they can kind of be offset a little bit. Not a real big deal. So I'm going to nest them back together because actually when you cut the embroidery hoop, that stitch circle is what you get out of it. It is tiny, Darcy. It's like working on my eyes today. Okay, so that is, they came together. So when you cut them, you get the circle and the embroidery hoop, which if you paid attention, that is the embroidery hoop circle. So I cut it out. I used the circle on this card and the embroidery hoop on the next card. Tricky, tricky. Work smarter, not harder, right? Run it through the die cut machine once and you get 2 pieces. Now what I'm going to do is take my dimensionals and I'm going to kind of frame them together by putting a dimensional on each, like spanning the gap, you know? All right. So now check it out. It's together. One piece now. So we'll take these off and add it to our card. So my always can be straight up and down, but my embroidery hoop handle may be moving, and that is absolutely okay. I'm more worried that my always needs to stay straight up and down. Cutting off my banner edges here. And now I'm going to put the teeny tiny in my heart. So I'm going to grab, I had glue dots here. There they are. There's a couple glue dots. And attach it that way. Then we will wrap up with a couple gems. And bada bing, bada boom, you guys, that is the Lasting Joy class. Okay, so let's take a look at what we made. 1, 2, 3, 4 beautiful cards in this class. Yeah, isn't it cute? That little embroidery hoop, so fun. So again, just a quick reminder, if you're just joining, this is a free online class. I do have the card kits available. Everything you need is included, but no stamping. That's a Stampin' Up! Rule. I'm not allowed to stamp. So this class is available free with a $35 purchase. I mail it to you. You'll get the video and the PDF printable. DSP's included, the ribbons included. If you bump your order to 50, you're actually going to get the same exact thing. Plus, I'm including a free pack of gems for you guys. So you can check out, I'm going to put it back up here, the special host code and my site. So you can hop over there, make sure you are using the host code. That's what allows you to get the freebies, okay? Unless your order is over 150, then you do not want to use the host code, but you will still get the card class. Also, guys, the clearance rack was updated. Did you guys see that? The clearance rack had some amazing deals. So you can check that out as well, because that's crazy, some of that stuff. My favorite gingham paper from last year's mini catalog is like $4.80. Like, that's insane. All right, so I do want to show you those last 2 packs of paper, right? So hang tight. I was going to have them open, and then I totally forgot these 2 were in the box. Okay, so this one I think might be my favorite. This is called the Tartan Foil. Okay, so it's Cajun Craze, Copper Clay, Lost Lagoon, and Pebbled Path. And it is shimmer. It's got some shimmer to it. So super, super pretty, right? And these are all 12 by 12. Look at that one. Oh, so yummy. Okay, so there's the tartan foil, and these are all special while supplies last. And then this one is called Delightful Floral. I banged you, sorry. This one is coordinating with the translucent bundle that's in the mini catalog, the holiday mini. This one's nice and bright and springy, I think. So let's check this one out. All right, we got lots of bright colors in this one. Greens. So these watercolor water wash ones are super popular right now. Oh, bitty flowers. There we go. Got a, looks like bubble bath. It doesn't look like anything, but it's like a very pale blue, almost looks like the sky. I'd say it's probably pool party. And then that's our final one. So wanted to make sure you guys knew about that designer series paper, because it's a special offer, only viewable online. And so that is all I have for you guys today. If you are watching me on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Look for the little bell, and when you click that, you can change your notifications so it will alert you when I am on, which is Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern time on YouTube, as well as Facebook and YouTube on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So you can follow me as well on Facebook. And yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you have any questions about anything, just hit me up and let me know. Otherwise, y'all have a wonderful Wednesday. Have a great week, and come back and join me on Monday on YouTube at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Bye, everybody. Oh, Marnie, you're just coming on. Good morning. I'm saying goodbye. So, and if you're on catching the replay, just hit replay and I'll stop by and say hello to you guys. So can we see all the cards again? Absolutely, Tina. All right. So here was one of them. I don't remember which order I did them in, but there's 1, 2, and of course you can change your sentiments to work with what suits you. This was the last one. I do know I did that one last because it's got the cool embroidery hoop. Okie dokie. Also, it comes with your envelopes too. So if you get the class, you'll have your envelopes as well, and free gems if your order's over 50. And always with I give a free PDF tutorial as well. But your paper will be cut. The die cuts will be done. Stamping, you will need to do that. So, all right, my friends, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.